I get asked all the time if you should get a brand new RV inspected. Well, today I'm here to tell you, yes, you should, and I'm going to give you reasons why. Hi, everybody. It's Deb with Deb's RV Services, and thanks for being here. I have had many brand new RVs that have been inspected this year. A lot of people getting in their 2026 RVs have been calling me, and I've been going out left and right. Every single one of them, I have found something, more than one thing. I have found things like windows not opening correctly and the seals being broken or just sticking to the window. That happens a lot in the Brinkleys when I inspect them. I also have found leaks. I have also found slide issues. I recently had awnings that were not hooked up correctly and had the switch that was reversed. So extract was retracting and retracting was extracting. So those need to be switched out. You can have anything with a brand new RV, but it's so important to have these things found out in the beginning while it's there so that you don't have to take it back for warranty work, because when I tell you this next story, you're going to see why it's so important to have it done before you take the RV off the lot. I had this client that contacted me, and he and his wife had purchased a brand new travel trailer. It was a cruiser RV Embrace travel trailer. They had had some issues with it after they purchased it, and they took it back for some warranty work. Well, they have had that travel trailer for over 9 months. They have never been able to really use it, and they decided, since they'd already found things, they wanted me to go there, do a premium inspection, and find anything else out that I saw wrong with it. Also check the work that they already did on it. So that was what I did. Before I arrive, I always tell my clients to talk to the dealership and make sure that there is a full tank of water for me, that there's a good working battery, there's propane in the tanks, I'm hooked to electric. I need all those things because I have to inspect the units as if they are ready to go from the lot. I have heard weird things like dealerships telling people that, no, the inspector's going to have to bring their own water, or the inspector's going to have to bring their own battery. Well, listen, I'm not going to bring my own water. I don't carry water enough to fill an RV. I won't carry my own propane tank because I need your life safety propane tank hooked up so that I can make sure that that's safe. I want to make sure that there's no issues going on. I do a leak test. And what good is it going to do if I hook up my equipment when it's your RV and you're going to have different equipment hooked up? I need a good working battery in there. That should be your battery that you're going to use so that I can say if it's a good battery or a bad battery. My battery's going to be good, but that's not going to tell me what your battery's going to be like. So I need all that done before I get there. It's as if you are taking it off the lot today and I'm telling you if it's ready. So I get there and it's supposed to have a brand new battery and it does not. So I had issues right away with the battery that was completely dead. The slides barely came out. It was just a nightmare. So I wrote that up. The other things I found were really concerning. And they were concerning because this thing sat on the lot. Have you ever heard of lot rot? That is a true thing. If you let your trailer or RV, motorhome, whatever, sit on the lot for periods of time, you're going to end up with cracked sealant. You could end up with spots on your tires where it's just been sitting and they haven't been used so they can wear. You can have seal issues. If nothing's been maintained, then it's just been sitting there, soaking in the sun, getting gaps in the sealant. If there's any area for water intrusion and there was rain, it could have easily gotten into the RV. They're not putting them all under cover. They're all out in the open elements. This thing sat outside for that 9 months and developed so many cracks and holes in the sealant that I don't know if water got in or not. There was, right in the front area, there was a missing screw with a direct hole for access to water. Now, in the last 9 months, there was like tons of rain in Arizona. So if it was sitting there and that hole was there, there was a direct access point for water to get in. And that's terrible to think about because sometimes you can't always tell right away, because if you're sitting in a dry climate, yeah, water could have gotten in there. Yes, it could have dried out, but it doesn't mean it didn't damage the wood behind it. And sometimes you see delamination right away, but other times you don't. You can't always tell unless you open up an area and really get a feel for, sometimes if you walk around a roof, you might hear crunchiness, you can feel for dips, you can feel for softness. You can feel walls for that kind of thing, but you look for the signs that tell you if water got in, and I found one. I went on the interior and I looked up, and there was a light that was in the interior in the like living room area, and it had stains in it that looked like water stains. Somehow water had gotten in that light and it stained it. And that tells me right there that it came from the roof. I don't know which part, because what water will do is it'll enter where it can and it'll exit where it can. So if it drifted down, say it came from the front cap and then it just slowly made its way over to the hole where the light is in the roof and it just dripped down into the light. I will have other people that will tell me, yeah, I just see water, it's coming in from the lights on my ceiling. Well, that still, it could have come from something along the side of the RV. It's not necessarily coming in right at the light. It's just drifting over because it's just going to go to the first exit point that it can get to. So it was really difficult for me to see that, because I really felt bad for my clients, knowing that there was no sign of that before they had it on the lot, and when they first took it and bought it and they had all these other things repaired, they had no idea that it was just sitting outside getting cracks and holes in the sealant, and now there's areas for water to get in, and apparently some did get in. There were other cracks along the sidewall sealant that needed to be repaired. This is normal wear and tear, but for a person that just purchased a brand new RV, that is really difficult to see. They didn't even get to use this travel trailer to go on vacations or enjoy it. It sat in hot sun where there's a lot of heat, and that sun damages everything. I looked at the tires, and the only thing I noticed was low pressure. So all the pressure needed to be raised to the proper pressure recommendations from the manufacturer, but I didn't notice anything like it was drying out and aging or showing signs of cracking, checking, whatever you want to call it, in the tires. I didn't see anything like that, but it still had other things that were quite concerning. The slides needed to be worked on. They were not compressing 50%. So when you have slides and they open, you should always check along the side of them to find out if that bulb seal is being compressed at least 50%. And I notice a lot of times with brand new RVs that it is not. So both of the slides on this RV, it was not compressed 50%, and so that needed to be looked at by a technician. Now, this couple, I gave them my report, and they just weren't really sure what they were going to do at the time, and they were looking at hiring an outside technician. I'm not sure what they ended up doing. I haven't talked to them recently, but it is a shame. It is disheartening to see this. And then when I show up to another inspection and I have my current client telling me that his friends or people on Facebook groups didn't make fun of him, but they act like it's not needed. You don't need an inspection. Pfft, you have a warranty. I just want people to know stories like the one I just told so that you can understand why people are so nervous about getting a brand new RV and then having to turn around and take it back to the dealership. I think these dealerships don't have enough techs on staff to handle the influx of what comes in. So they're on hold. These jobs are on hold until they can get to it. And it's just the way it is. There's a lot of mobile techs out there that can do warranty work, so you could always look at doing that. But technicians are typically overworked right now. I don't think there's enough technicians out there to handle all the work. So you have to think about that. Getting an inspection prior to getting the RV is super, super important. You're going to be put on the priority list of getting these things worked on before you sign that paperwork, because they really want to make that deal. And it's just the way business is. More than likely, you can even make back what you paid to get the inspection by negotiating it in the price of the RV. So it's definitely a win-win, and I would recommend it whether it's new or used. If you are interested in doing your own DIY inspection, I offer a workbook. It is on a permanent discount now for 2026, and I will leave the link in the description. It can give you such a good guide to doing your own inspection, and I will also give you a free 15-minute consultation with that. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you on the next video.